Well, the base is using year-round sports to prepare kids for real-world success. Based in Roxbury, the nonprofit Youth Academy gives urban area athletes a chance to play baseball, basketball, and softball. But the base goes even further than that, connecting kids to academic support, internships, career days, and so much more. The goal is to show kids what they're capable of as individuals and also what they can achieve through teamwork. Joining me now, we have Steph Lewis, President and CEO of the Base, and Alex Richardson, Career Development Manager. Thank you both so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
I'm excited to talk about this here because I know through the Base, kids can participate in sports year-round. They can play locally, they can be part of regional, national tournaments. But there's a catch here. Players have to earn their spot by participating in academic programs, keeping their grades up. So, Steph, what does athletic training look like for these kids?
Yeah, so, we have an interesting angle, and our biggest thing, as you mentioned, is earn your spot. And earning your spot means you're showing up being a part of something greater than just yourself. Mm-hmm. So what we do have are young folks that are entering our programming that are 18 years old, senior year, want to play a sport for the first time, and we're going to serve them. But we also have young folks that play in the national level, and been fortunate enough to even have folks that play professional ball, and they're going to get the exact same training as well. And so what we don't want to do is create silos and separation amongst our young folks. But again, how do we build community? So our training is making sure that our young folks are showing up, being the best that they can, and providing the best sports experience possible, totally free of cost.
I love that. And they can learn from each other while they're at it, right?
Absolutely.
That's right.
I know academics clearly comes first at the Base, right? All student athletes get personalized college application and enrollment support. You also arrange campus tours and you help kids attend college fairs. We have some images here. So what kind of results do you see from this aspect of the program?
Yeah, I think just in terms of our young folks thinking about their future, imagining what it could look like, every story is different, right? Every story is different. Every journey is going to be different, whether it's, a 4-year institution, a 2-year, institution or trade school. Right. Some people want to just work for their hands. So we really come up with a personalized, individual kind of game plan to navigate next steps in life. Sometimes, that finish line seems so far away, but it's all about the start, right? So how do we start coming up with a game plan, start with the next steps? And a big piece of that is the college application process. It's trade school, it's finding some of the workforce development programs, but more importantly, understanding our young folks and the passions that they have outside of sports. Once we're able to identify those, we can really hit the ground running.
Which is so important here. I know your career development program is really impressive. The Base is partnered with dozens of businesses and organizations. So kids get access to internships, career days, interactive workshops, even worksite tours and a lot more. I know that. So Alex, how do these experiences help young people realize what's possible? It starts with their passion, you figuring that out, and then more opportunity.
I mean, sports, you can learn so much from, right? You learn about life through playing sports and the metaphors that there are across all the 3 sports that we have, across all sports in general. So being able to go on a career day tour, listen to folks talk about their journey, their path, how they got to where they are, and they talk about communication, showing up on time, working hard, working maybe a little after hours where you might not be getting paid, but that's how you essentially level up. These are all the things that we do and emphasize with sports, right? So being able for them to see it live in person and also just to see how big the world is, but also how small it is. Like there's so many opportunities here in the city of Boston for the different sectors across all the different industries for our young folks, and it's 2 miles away, right? So how do we make sure that our young folks have the opportunity to have a seat at the table or even to see what the table looks like so they know these are the steps that I need to do ultimately to get there.
See what the table looks like. That's important for these kids to learn. And you're seeing it firsthand, the impact of how this is shaping these kids. I know in 2024, the Base entered a new era. The organization bought its Roxbury facility and renamed it Yawkey Urban Sports Complex, home of the Base. How's that milestone kind of extended your impact?
It's been massive. I mean, being able to have your own real estate, it allows us to allocate so many of those funds, which would have been rent, directly into programming. And it really just, it sets a stake in the ground in the Roxbury community that we're not going anywhere. We will be here. We will change what this neighborhood looks like. We will again provide some of the top talent in the city right here in Roxbury with our young folks as they pursue internships and as they go on into their careers. And we will make the neighborhood better, right? And I think of something my grandma used to always say, you know, it's always make something better than when you entered. And so we want to make sure that we have the exact same mindset, being right there in Roxbury in the New Market area.
Love to hear that. You know, I know you aren't just a part of the community, you are also, you advocate for it, as you're saying right now. You know, how is the base fighting for racial equity, social justice in the city?
Yeah, no, listen, it's a big thing. You know, the superficial way of saying is through sports, right? And we understanding that sports has such limited supply now where it's creating more demand, that more dollars are being input, particularly around youth sports. So it's becoming much more expensive to participate. A lot of our families wouldn't be able to afford to be able to participate at that level. We're providing these services and these opportunities totally free of cost. We're teaching advocacy amongst our young folks. One of the things that we have is a youth health board. How do we start to create the mindset amongst our young folks of changing so much of the narrative around health in the Black and brown communities, and that they too can go out and be advocates, and again, be able to support where we want to take health around in our communities. And also, again, totally breaking boundaries when it comes to industries. You know, when we look at some of our major supporters, we have to look at them and say, hey, if you're going to support the base, it's not charity, but it's an investment into your next workforce, right? And if you look at our young folks as talent that can go and take on and add value to your companies, I'll tell you right now, that is what our young folks are providing. So our young folks aren't, you know, they're not diverse applicants. They're top tier applicants that happen to be diverse.
Absolutely. Well said. We're going to put all the details of the base on our website, WCVB.com. Thank you both so much for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful afternoon.